Now, the rand was firmer on Tuesday, holding to its best gains since May as investors welcomed the re-election of President Cyril Ramaphosa. President-elect Ramaphosa will be inaugurated on Wednesday. This will mark the 7th administration since the start of democracy in South Africa in 1994. The president's re-election comes after the ANC, DA, Patriotic Alliance, IFP and GOOD party agreed to join the government of national unity, which has 273 seats in the National Assembly, or 68%. The ANC said in a statement on Monday that discussions with the other parties are continuing in the spirit of inclusivity. As we look ahead to tomorrow, let's now invite SABC politics reporter Natasha Phiri. Natasha, very good evening to you. I know the union buildings have been a buzz of activity as the preparations get underway. I understand it's all systems go. What's the process looking like ahead of tomorrow?
Definitely, good evening to you, and of course to our SABC viewers. You're quite right. It's all systems go. On the side of NAT's joints and the authorities, the police, they've said that they're ready for tomorrow. Enough staff members have actually been deployed to the union buildings. And just a reminder to SABC viewers who work or actually live in and around China that there would be road closures starting from 3 a.m. in the morning. Of course, they will end at 6 a.m. Most of them in and around the union buildings, especially on the Stanza Street, your Gordon Road, your John Shover, and the list goes on. But of course, tomorrow is a very important day where the President-elect, President Cyril Ramaphosa, will be inaugurated there at the lawns of the union buildings, the amphitheatre. And of course, we've been seeing, and today we've been reporting as SABC News, we saw our colleagues Sofumko and Kaili Kumalo actually, reporting on and those foreign dignitaries and, some presidents from the SADC country actually coming to attend tomorrow's inauguration, as well as various leaders of various political parties involved.
Yeah, we have throughout the course of this evening seen many of the foreign heads of state and invited guests touching base, of course. But what you also did mention a little bit is NAT joints. Of course, a big part of this event has a lot to do with a beefed up security and intelligence on the ground. What sort of preparation process has taken place there?
Well, a lot actually has, come into this process. And so we've been hearing, briefings not only from NAT joints and the police, but of course from the Minister and the Presidency, Kumbozo Chaveni, just saying and assuring South Africans that it's all systems go. So I think this inauguration is quite a different kind, and so seeing that, at the polls there was no outright, party that actually got the majority vote. And hence we've seen the government of national unity last week at the first parliament sitting, and of course the NCOP sitting. We saw those parties come out saying that they've signed the GNU agreement. Today, earlier on, just before you spoke to me, you've been reading that the latest party to actually join is the PAC. And, a lot of people are actually surprised that seeing that the ideology, or seeing that the PAC is a different school of thought from parties like the DA, how could they actually join the GNU? But the PAC basically saying that they actually joined the government of national unity to ensure that their interests and their constituencies' interests, especially the issue of getting the land back, is actually represented in there. We know that various political parties, including the ANC, the DA, IFP, Patriotic Alliance, as a GOOD party, just signed a statement of intent yesterday. And of course, the party that we're speaking about right now, the PAC, has actually joined the government of unity. I think what's also important, looking forward and beyond tomorrow's inauguration, what people are actually talking about right now is what the cabinet would actually comprise of the government of national unity. Last week in Cape Town, when we spoke to the Secretary General of the ANC, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, he had said that this cabinet needs to be reflective of the government of national unity. And I just also want to bring it back to what we saw today in KZN, the KZN legislature, where with the provincial government of unity, we saw those 4 MECs from the IFP, 3 from the ANC, 2 from the DA, and 1 from the NFP that are actually reflected in that. So possibilities are that we could see a government or a cabinet, I beg your pardon, at a national level that also comprises of, GNU members. I just also want to alert our viewers of the SABC that last week when we spoke to the ANC Secretary General, he had said that there's going to be a consultative process with members of the civil society to actually talk about this issue. And in his words, he basically says that there is going to be a national dialogue of a government of a national unity, and this will actually be important to place consensus as to they will solicit views of the various constituencies, civil society, and various stakeholders as to what this GNU should actually look like.
Yeah, very well. Thank you so much, Natasha Phiri, of course, giving us a sense of some of the expectations on the eve of the inauguration taking place tomorrow with inauguration with President-elect Cyril Ramaphosa.